4th down and 6. Olbridge gotta have it. Shotgun formation. Nugent, a lot of time. Rolls out. He's running out of space. Will roll the other way. They look, corner of the end zone. Touchdown!
Rowan heading for the touchpad with the lead. And the props will take the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Andrews will be in shotgun. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He'll throw it down the left sideline. He's got a wide open receiver. He's got the touchdown.
Motion man is Simmons. Trotman throwing towards Simmons down the field, and he makes the catch in traffic for a Bearcats touchdown.
Back to pass, middle of the field. The catch is made by Britt. She's off to the races at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Britt is in for the score.
Back on in, here's Yoxon. Yoxon to the backhand, trying to go to the front, makes the move and shot, and he scores!
Gracie comes set and delivers. And that's it on the ground to second. Throw to first, in time, and the ball game is over. South Shore survives a late scare, and they are the 2024 New York State Little League Baseball champions. Live from Great Kills Little League in Staten Island, New York, the PDF Sports Network welcomes you back into coverage of the 2025 New York State Little League Baseball Championship. In our second game of pool play, South Shore Little League takes on Scotia Glenville Little League. Good afternoon, everybody. Once again, my name is Joe Foreman alongside Nicholas Bavona. And Nick, it was a lopsided affair in our first game of pool play. An 11-1 victory for St. James Smithtown over Penfield. Here in Game 2, the local favorite South Shore takes on Scotia Glenville in our second game of pool play. Plenty to look forward to in this game, but starting lineups are being introduced out on the field. Nick, obviously South Shore has a lot of home fans in attendance. Is there any added pressure on them to win this game in front of a home crowd, or are they more relaxed playing in front of a lot of family and friends?
I would say it's a lot more pressure because not only are you playing in front of your family and friends, Joe, but you're trying to repeat as a champion as well. We saw what happened last year with the South Shore team. They won this tournament. They went on to the Metro Regional Tournament after that in Bristol, Connecticut. They got the job done there. Went on to Williamsport and competed in the Little League World Series. So there is a ton of amount of pressure, in my opinion, on this team to try to duplicate it even further, move on in the Little League World Series if South Shore was to get there. However, this Scotia Glenville team, Joe, is coming in looking to play spoiler and try to put South Shore at an early 0-1 disadvantage in pool play. So a lot to give out. We saw what happened in Game 1. SJS jumped out to an 8-0 lead after 2 innings. Scotia Glenville would certainly love to duplicate that type of result in this game against a very tough South Shore team.
Well, speaking of South Shore, we've covered them in this tournament twice. And Nick, I do not believe they've lost a pool play game. I think they are 6-0 in the 2 years that we've covered this event, if memory serves.
I think you are correct. I think the only time they lost was the semifinal game, if I'm not mistaken, of the first year we covered. That was against Massapequa Coast, if I'm not mistaken.
Speaking of their opponent today, Scotia Glenville, they come in with a ton of support as well. You take a look right below us, Nick.
Yes.
Plenty of red T-shirts celebrating their District 12 championship win here in 2025. They are being introduced out on the field right now. So what we'll do as starting lineups are being introduced is get you the starting lineups for both teams very quickly. The visiting team in this game will be South Shore. They will bat first in the top half of the first inning. Once again, South Shore the visitor, Scotia Glenville the home team in this game. But starting lineups for both sides, beginning with the visitor South Shore. Leading off, the center fielder number 24, John Iacono. Batting second is the pitcher number 13, Alex Torres. Batting third is the catcher number 34, Joseph Barone. In the cleanup spot is the right fielder, number 3, Luca Siracusa. And it does look like we will have a national anthem ahead of our second game as well. So if they do intend to play the anthem, I will step off headset and we'll pick up the South Shore lineup when we come back ahead of this Game 2 of pool play.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best, That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one. With awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
We're so gallantly hey, the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, get through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, send us that star-spangled banner and wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It is time to play ball here at Great Kills Little League as we get set to begin Game 2 of pool play between South Shore and Scotia Glenville. Picking up the South Shore lineup where we left off in the 1 through 4 spots, Iacono, Torres, Barone, and Siracusa, the rest of the lineup. In the 5th place in the batting order, the second baseman, number 26, Gavin Snell. Batting 6th, the first baseman, number 23, Andrew Ulo. Batting 7th, the third baseman, number 20, Adam Syed. Batting 8th is extra hitter, number 7, Joseph Zarella. Batting 9th is the extra hitter, number 42, Christian Rivera. Batting 10th, left fielder, number 12, Anthony Arnone. And batting 11th, shortstop, number 21, AJ Eugenio. We'll get you the full lineup for Scotia Glenville before they come to bat in the bottom half of the first inning. But on the mound for the home team in this game is number 13, right-hander Logan Francis. He faces a lineup that we know has a lot of firepower, Nick. But as you said, this Scotia Glenville team comes in looking to play spoiler. And here on day 1 of pool play, you get out to a 1-0 start. We've said it countless times, how important that is, and it puts you in the driver's seat moving forward.
Well, the Scotia Glenville team, Joe, has been considered to be the Cinderella team of this entire tournament. Their last tournament, their sectional tournament, that was their first title since 1968. John Malone touched on that a little bit earlier on in our welcome parade. It has been a very long time since they've won a sectional title. They got the job done this year. Now they face a very daunting task facing last year's champions in South Shore. So for Logan Francis here on the mound, tough task to face. We did also mention, keep in mind before this first at bat comes, that one of South Shore's better players is not here with them this week. Jake Romero, who we saw last year in this tournament, is playing for Team USA out in Taiwan. So he is not with South Shore for this tournament. Definitely a huge loss for this team, but we'll see if they can avoid that big loss and try to go back-to-back.
Well, you mentioned the last time that the Scotia Glenville team won a district championship as that pitch misses low to open the game for ball 1, but these jerseys, I like the throwback look of these uniforms. It looks like they come straight out of that era in 1968, maybe even further back than that. But leading things off, John Iacono. He is ahead 1-0. The pitch from Francis on its way, and that's low for ball 2.
I think what makes the good touch of the jerseys is the pants that they're wearing with it, the dark gray pants with that white jersey with the red sleeves.
That pitch in for the game's first strike. Count 2-1 on Iacono. Starting center fielder for South Shore in the leadoff spot today. And he offers at that pitch and fouls it back, 2-2.
2-0 to now 2-2. Right here for Francis, looking to get a punch out to start this game.
Long look in from Francis here ahead of the 2-2 offering. Here it comes. And he has a strikeout to start his afternoon. One away in the first.
Good way to bounce back on that at bat. He was down 2-0 in the count, fought to get those next 2 strikes, and then gets the strikeout in Iacono and retire the first out of this inning.
One away now for Alex Torres, starting pitcher for South Shore in this one.
Another player we are familiar with from last year's team.
He takes low for ball one.
He is also the opposing pitcher in this game, so pitcher-pitcher duel here early.
And the right-hander takes low from the right-hander. 2-0. Second straight 2-0 count for Francis. And he's now behind 3 balls and no strikes.
And you see behind the plate, Quinn, his catcher, trying to tell his pitcher, just relax. It's still early in the game, 3-0 count now.
And there's a strike, 3-1. And we saw during game 1 how issues can mount very quickly when you're having trouble finding the strike zone. And that one's not close for ball 4. Torres on with a walk, giving South Shore their first base runner.
And we saw what happened in game 1 also. SJS worked a bunch of walks in that first inning. That led to them getting 4 runs in that first inning as well. But they had good plate discipline throughout the first 2 innings of that game. That's a big reason why they jumped out to an 8-0 lead after 2.
That pitch taken downstairs for ball 1 by Joseph Barone. Starting catcher for South Shore. And Francis around the strike zone early in this game. Did have the strikeout of Iacono. That was on a pitch that he chased, and he's now behind 2-0 here. They have 1-1 on the board, Nick.
Yeah,
it is 1-1.
He called the strike very, very late.
Okay.
I was waiting because I saw him make the motion. I didn't want to say anything yet.
All right. There's a swing and a miss, 1-2.
We were informed there was a little bit of a change from the umpires from game 1.
I believe they told us a switch between first and third base.
I believe so, yes.
But the same crew.
Yes, same crew.
That one gets to the backstop, and easily advancing to second is Torres.
Took the wide turn towards third, but will stay right there. Count now evens at 2, but now an RBI opportunity.
Very early, South Shore with a man in scoring position. The big bat's looming. And there's a swing and a miss by Barone for strike 3, and that's a big punch out for Francis with a man on second.
Francis throwing some heat so far. It's hot out here, but it's certainly hot right now towards that pitcher's mound. Another big fastball to get the second out of the inning.
When Francis is dealing strikes, he's going to be tough to hit, Nick. You can see it. These hitters early in this game with swings and misses in big spots, 2 strike counts, and Francis has had their number when he's avoided falling behind. And again, one gets to the backstop, and moving up to third is Torres.
And if you're Francis right here, Joe, you obviously don't want to get into the spot where another wild pitch affords South Shore a run, considering the fact that you got your 2 outs via the punch out. But now is in jeopardy right here. A base hit would give South Shore an early 1-0 lead as time is being called.
And you have to think, Nick, that when you know I can't throw a wild pitch, and you're thinking I can't throw a wild pitch, I can't throw a wild pitch.
It gets to your head.
It gets into your head, and it makes it just a bit easier to put one to the backstop. Right. And these players, obviously among the best in New York State, all of them all-stars. If there's anyone who can put that thought to bed, it's an all-star like Francis, and he needs to do that right here.
Has an even count now, 1-1. It's at 17 pitches so far here in this first. This is pitch number 18.
He challenged him there as that one's fouled back. Luca Siracusa, the batter. Cleanup hitter for South Shore, though. Are you effectively the cleanup hitter in an 11-man lineup batting fourth? You think so?
Yeah, I would say so.
You'd say so?
I think we ask that question every year.
I've said it every year, so we're sticking with it as that's taken out of the zone, 2-2.
Not a bad pitch right there from Francis. Try to make him chase on that one, but did not avail right there. Now the count evens at 2. Pitch number 20 coming up.
The 2-2. Hit well out to right center field, and that will find the gap for an extra base hit. Torres trots home, and into second base standing with an RBI double is Luca Siracusa.
South Shore gets off to an early 1-0 lead. Siracusa right there, Joe, drilling that one out into right center field. That awards him an RBI double, and it awards South Shore an early 1-0 lead in this game.
Well, if you can't call him the cleanup hitter, you certainly can now, Nick, because he cleans up the base paths with that base hit, chases home Torres, and makes it a 1-run game here in the first. Gavin Snell, the batter now. Pitch to Snell, taken outside, ball 1.
And now if you're Francis, you're going to have to look past that last hit you just gave up. Want to make sure you get this final out, at least keep the game 1-0, and give your team a chance to get some runs in the next half inning.
That pitch sails high, 2-0. And you mentioned the pitch count before, Nick. That has now climbed to 22. 2-0 on its way. Fouled off.
And we saw SJS in game 1. They chased the Penfield starter after 1 inning, did not even make it out of the first inning after throwing 30 pitches. So that's something to note as this game goes on. And we talked about already going into game 1, the importance of having the pitch counts and where you want your pitchers and that certain threshold you want them for the week.
That's fouled away. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes, and if you're Francis, 1 strike away here. This is the batter you want to get. Already up at 24 pitches, a run home, a man in scoring position. This is the hitter you want to put away.
This is the exact same scenario he just had the previous at bat, 2-2 with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Once again, 1 strike away, getting out of this inning.
Long look in ahead of the 2-2. And he gets Snell to chase the high fastball for strike 3. And with that, Francis strikes out the side. However, South Shore plates a run. A walk comes around to score the big blow, an RBI double by Luca Siracusa. And with that, we head to the home first inning. South Shore in front of Scotia Glenville, 1-0.
State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
And for those of you just tuning in for the start of this game between South Shore and Scotia Glenville, we want to let you know that you can enjoy the New York State Little League Baseball Championship all week long, completely free on YouTube. But if you do go tired of the YouTube ads or just want to support great kills and the PDF Sports Network, you can purchase our premium pass on Boxcast. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit the link in our video description to get all of this week's action live and on demand, free of YouTube ads on Boxcast. You can also join our live chat and send your messages along to Nick and I. We're monitoring that live chat only on Boxcast. You can check it out via the QR code or the link in our video description. But Nick, once again, in our second game of pool play, we have a team that strikes first in the top half of the first inning. 4 runs in the early game for SJS in the top of the first. South Shore strikes for 1 against Scotia Glenville here in game 2 of pool play.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing for Scotia Glenville, Joe, that they got out of that inning only giving up the 1 run. Now let's see what their bats could do against Alex Torres.
Left-handed leadoff hitter, Andrew Patinaud for Scotia Glenville. Quickly swings and misses for strike 1. As we mentioned before, Alex Torres, the starting pitcher for South Shore, will get you the full Scotia Glenville lineup following this at bat, as Patinaud quickly ends up in a 2-strike hole. Torres working very quickly. He comes set and steps off.
I mentioned this in game 1. It's as if you would think there was a pitch clock here. We see sometimes.
The 0-2, sidearm delivery, and that one off the glove of his catcher, Barone.
Not often you see a sidearm delivery here.
1-2. Fouled off. How much, when you played in Little League, I know we didn't play at quite this level, Nick, but you and I got some baseball in when we were younger. How much did those sidearm deliveries throw you off?
I didn't really see it too often, so I'm not really knowledgeable in terms of seeing it. I maybe saw it once or twice. It definitely throws off your rhythm of things because you saw Torres the last 2 pitches. He's gone back to the regular delivery. But when you see that sidearm delivery, you see it even in the major leagues. It's really tough to figure out exactly where the ball is going to land once you're delivering it from that sidearm view.
He shortened up with that sidearm motion on the 0-2 count. And now Patinaud has seen 3 out of the strike zone, and it's full, 3-2.
And I think this is a good strategy when you're facing a team like this in South Shore. You want to get that pitch count high. Torres from 0-2 now to full count here, 3-2.
And Patinard went around on the half swing for strike 3, and he is out number 1. Very quickly, the rest of the lineup for Scotia Glenville. Batting second, the shortstop, number 15, Jamison Colbeth. Batting third, extra hitter, number 2, Ian Krawinski. In the cleanup spot, catcher, number 23, Jackson Quinn. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 10, Kellen Arquette. Get you the rest of the lineup after this pitch as that swung on and missed for strike 1. Behind Arquette, batting sixth, the pitcher, number 13, Logan Francis. The third baseman, number 7, Jovan Estacio. The right fielder, number 5, Jackson Bodden. The left fielder, number 3, Anthony Mazzone, as that's taken high. And then batting 10th, first baseman, number 27, Kellen Keogh. And finally, batting 11th, extra hitter, number 1, George Burmaster. There's a chopper foul, and the count runs to 1-2.
Twice in this at bat for Colbeth, Joe. He's had to go out in front on an off-speed pitch from Torres, so he's got a little bit fooled so far in this at bat. Chopped that one foul, and now make the count 1-2.
And calling for time was Colbeth. Looks like these hitters are trying to disrupt the work rate of Torres just a bit early in this game, as that one missed for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And you have to, realistically. I mean, I'll make that point in a second about what this team is facing here this week and why it's big.
And there's a good off-speed pitch swung on and missed by Colbeth for strike 3. It's back-to-back punch-outs for Torres to start his outing.
And if you ask realistically anyone going into this tournament, South Shore, even John Malone even said it, that South Shore right now looks to be the team to beat in this tournament. They were the team to beat last year as well, even year 1 if you want to go back to that one as well when we were covering this tournament. So it's not an easy task for Scotia Glenville. You're finally win a district championship. You're in this tournament, try to make it to the Metro Regional, but at the same time, you're facing a team that's one of the top teams in all of New York State Little League Baseball.
Ian Krawinski, the batter. And he fouls that one back. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. And I said it last year, and I was asked who I thought would go on to ultimately win. And my answer was, until the defending champs are beaten, I think they have to be viewed as the favorite. So in that case,
it's Massapequa Coast.
It was Massapequa Coast. This time around, South Shore returns as a defending champion, and I think it's fair to view them as the favorite coming in. There's another good off-speed pitch, and Krawinski was out in front. 3 strikeouts, all swinging in the first inning for Alex Torres. He set Scotia Glenville down 1-2-3. We head to the second. South Shore on top 1-0.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship, because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
NYS Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
And we are back from Great Kills Little League, where South Shore leads it 1-0, heading to the second. Joe Foreman on the call alongside Nicholas Pavona. And Nick, I don't think it gets much more impressive than what we saw on the mound for Alex Torres in the bottom half of that first inning. 3 strikeouts, all swinging.
Yeah, and we saw a good mix of that fastball as well as that off-speed breaking ball from Torres in that inning. So very strong outing to start in that first. And now we'll see if South Shore can add to their already 1-0 lead here in the top half of the second inning.
South Shore will send 6, 7, and 8 to the plate. They chased home a run on a 2-out double by Luca Siracusa. In to score was the starting pitcher Torres, who drew a walk with 1 out in the inning. Keep in mind, Nick, he did advance to both second and third on a wild pitch.
Right.
This is Andrew Ulo at the plate. And Ulo lines one to left field for a base hit. 1 pitch here in the second, and South Shore has the leadoff man on.
First pitch swinging right there for Ulo, and he gets himself an early base hit.
Second hit of the game for the visitors.
Number 20.
And Adam Syed will be the batter. Left-handed hitter, always have to watch that bunt. And that's it on the ground to short. They get the out at second, but no chance to double up Syed over at first.
And sometimes I worry when you make those throws where you don't really have to play at first base. We've seen it a couple times here during this tournament where the teams will make the throw to first base. We really don't have a play, and it leads to an error, and it leads to an extra base runner. So I always worry when teams make that throw.
And showing bunt here is Joseph Zarella. He bunts it foul. Zarella, one of a couple of extra hitters in this South Shore lineup. Both teams with 11 players in their lineups today. The 0-1 on its way, and once again showing bunt with Zarella. He pulls it back, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Try to move that runner over into scoring position. Rivera on deck.
The 1-1, bunted back toward the mound. Time on the throw from Francis, and they get the out at first. Zarella retired. He will be credited with a sacrifice.
There's a good sacrifice right there from Zarella, Joe. He almost got there at first base, just got thrown out at the very last second. And the 1-3 putout now rewards 2 outs here, but a chance for South Shore to increase their lead.
Well, that's one where I think you're bunting for a hit, Nick, but you get credited with the sacrifice regardless. Comes the 1-0. And that's taken up and away. (2-0). This is high, ball 3.
First base certainly open in this spot with the runner on second.
And that's it on the ground to second. Should be an easy play. And they do get the out at first to retire Rivera and turn South Shore aside in the road second. We head to the bottom half of inning number 2. South Shore leads 1-0.
To sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
Home half of the second inning about to get started from Great Kills Little League. The visitors in this game, South Shore, leading the home team, Scotia Glenville, by a score of 1-0. Jackson Quinn, Kellen Arquette, Logan Francis due up for Scotia Glenville here in the bottom half of the second inning. And again, time is called in the box, so it looks like they have a concentrated effort going on right now to slow Torres down a bit.
After what he did in that first inning, you're certainly going to need it. Torres with a 1-2-3 first inning via all strikeouts.
He struck out the side on just 16 pitches. He's behind here 2-0 on Quinn. 2-0 pitch on its way. There's a swing and a miss, and you can see it, Nick. When Torres takes a bit off, these hitters have been out front early in this game.
Yeah, you saw it right there. Perfect example. Quinn was right out in front looking for a fastball, but got the off-speed pitch.
That one misses high. 3-1 now. Comes the 3-1. There's another breaking ball that missed inside. And Quinn's fired up. Scotia Glenville with their first base runner via leadoff walk in the second.
Well, just like that, you get the leadoff walk, bring the tying run now on base. Go-ahead runner comes up to the plate. We'll see if Torres can bounce back after giving up that leadoff walk.
Kellen Arquette, the batter. He takes low, and getting off at first by a couple of steps was Quinn. Nice job by Barone to keep that ball in front of him. The 1-0. A breaking ball that forced Arquette to duck out of the way, and once again now Torres behind 2-0.
Definitely a bit of a cause of concern if you're a South Shore fan. Torres is missed with a couple in this inning so far.
2-0. Blooped on the infield and easily playable over at second for Snell. One away in the inning.
That's a good job right there by Torres. He forced the batter to swing on that 2-0 pitch. Could have easily taken it right there. But Arquette swung, hit a blooper towards second. Catch was made for the first out of the second inning.
One gone now. Logan Francis, the batter. Chance to help his own cause as starting pitcher. And again, the off-speed stuff has these hitters out in front.
And Francis very happy, Joe, that he got out of that last half inning, avoiding giving up another run and keeping this a one-run game.
And he looks at that pitch for a strike. 0-2.
And just look at the difference of the first two pitches of this at-bat. First off-speed pitch, then goes right back with the fastball. Let's see what he does here. Maybe he'll try to make him chase.
That pitch off the outside, 1-2.
And right back to that fastball right there. Would not be surprised he goes off speed here to try to get Francis out in front.
1-2. And there's a good breaking ball. He fooled him with it, and Francis goes down looking.
Yeah, he went right back to it after throwing a couple fastballs in a row. And Francis, as you mentioned, just could do nothing but stare at it. It was a good pitch by Torres. Another punch out for him on the day. And there's now 2 gone in the inning.
That will bring up Jovan Estacio. Starting third baseman for Scotia Glenville. Bats here with a runner on and 2 outs as he takes strike 1. The 0-1 coming. Estacio showing bunt. That drew in South Shore just a bit on the left side of that infield.
Certainly a bunt for hit scenario if he were to try to lay it down and go for it.
Showing bunt again. He pulls back and takes a strike.
Torres once again looking for another punch out. Looking for number 5 right here.
Estacio becomes a hitter here in a 2-strike count, 1-2. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. That's 5 punch outs for Alex Torres. And Scotia Glenville strands 1 runner on in the second. We are through 2 from Great Kills. South Shore in front, 1-0.
Staten Island Academy is the only pre-K through 12 independent school on Staten Island.
And it really is designed for students to go through the entire educational experience in one setting.
What the Academy seeks to do is take every student to accelerate their gifts and their strengths and to find those gifts and strengths that are yet unknown.
I think the community is something that you can't match anywhere else. It just makes you feel comfortable doing what you like to do every single day.
Tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering Island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
And we are back from Great Kills Little League, where South Shore leads by a score of 1-0. heading into the top half of the third inning. No hits in the game yet for Scotia Glenville. They did have a base runner in the bottom half of inning number 2, but Alex Torres has been pretty good so far, Nick. 5 strikeouts in 6 outs recorded for him through the first 2. South Shore looks to give him some more run support here in the third.
And he's done it with just 32 pitches so far thrown in this game. So very strong start for Torres, and after issuing that leadoff walk, was able to get out of it with a couple of punch-outs. And as you mentioned, 5 of his first 6 outs recorded via strikeout. But a strong start for him as we start this top of the third.
Leading things off for South Shore here in their half of the third is left fielder Anthony Arnone, right-handed batter, number 10 hitter in the order. 10-11-1 due up for the visitors as Arnone takes low for ball 1.
Well, you're Francis right here, Joe. We talked about this scenario in game 1 where the bottom half of the order, you're facing 10, 11, and 1 in this inning. So you want to get these first 2 batters if you possibly can. That way, when you go back to the top of the lineup, there's nobody on base.
We always talk about how important it is when you're facing an all-star lineup, as all of these pitchers are throughout the week, to take advantage in the bottom half of the order, because typically bottom half of the order hitters are the guys who are looking to bunt for hits a lot of the time, speedsters, but you get that rare lineup where 1 through 11, 1 to 12, anyone can put it over the fence, and then there's just no relief at all, as that's popped up on the right side, and it's caught in foul territory by Keogh for the first out of the inning.
We're very familiar with that name. Obviously not spelled the same way.
Well,
but
it is pronounced a bit differently.
Yeah.
We cover the Kehoe brothers at the College of Staten Island. This is Kellen Keogh, no H in front of that last syllable.
It's almost similar.
Very close. As that's hit well to right, but coming in to make the catch on the move was Jackson Bodden. 2 gone.
Well, how about this, Joe? What a way to get the first 2 outs. We talked about how important it is to get the bottom half of this lineup out before you go back to the top of the lineup. Good job by Francis. He's gotten the first 2 quickly, and now it's back to the top of the order.
The last 5 batters for South Shore have been retired. 1 via a sacrifice bunt, though another did reach on a fielder's choice. They got an out on that play, so technically the last 4 have not reached base, but they've gotten an out against the last 5 batters. As that pitch is taken inside, 2 balls and no strikes to the leadoff hitter, John Iacono. Struck out swinging his first time up. That opened the game. There's a swing and a miss, 2-1.
So a couple of 2-out rallies at game number 1 for SJS. Let's see if South Shore can extend this inning right here.
That one is lined into left field for a base hit. And that will indeed keep the inning alive as Iacono is on with his first hit of the game. And for South Shore, that is their third.
It is extended there for South Shore with a 2-out base knock, and now brings back up the pitcher Alex Torres.
Torres drew a walk in his first at-bat, advanced to second and third on wild pitches. He will reach on a single here, and he did come around to score back in the first inning as that throw skipped away for a moment, but it is corralled by Francis, and South Shore with back-to-back 2-out singles have 2 on with 2 outs.
Well, I spoke about it before. We saw a couple of 2-out rallies in game number 1. South Shore now with back-to-back hits now. 4 hits so far in this game, and now a chance to bring home a run or 2.
Big opportunity for Joseph Barone, who takes just low, ball 1. Barone struck out swinging back in the first inning. Did so with Torres over at third base as that's fouled away. 1-1.
If you're South Shore, certainly feel confident so far. You already have the lead. The way Torres is pitching as well, you got to feel good. Still a lot of game left in this one, but you would love to give Torres some extra run support with a base knock right here.
To the point you made earlier in the inning, Nick, this is why it's so important to get the bottom of the order out as that's fouled away. Back-to-back hits from the 1 and 2 hitters, but you don't pay for it yet because you got those first 2 outs to get things started.
For Francis now, he's 1 strike away from at least escaping this jam and keeping this a 1-run game.
This next pitch will be number 48 for the right-hander. That's fouled off.
That's good patience right there from Barone, Joe. He A couple of fastballs we see in this at bat from Francis. He went with the off-speed pitch right there, and Barone had to wait an extra second to just foul that one off.
The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Francis hoping to keep his team within a run here in the 3rd inning. And that's hit in the air, foul, and well out of play. And we saw it back in the 1st inning. Francis struck out the side. We know he can put these hitters away. Ahead here 1-2. Now's the time for him. He's already struck out Barone once. Barone looking to potentially double or triple the South Shore lead with an extra base hit. And he takes ball 2.
Try again to chase on that outside corner. Brett to no avail again. Count evens at 2. See maybe if he goes back to his fastball here to try to get the punch out.
It's up, headed Joe. This way, but thankfully a bit short. Don't need any of that, Nick.
They're not retrieving that ball anytime soon either.
It should roll off. Heads up down there. There it goes.
Okay.
They have those curved-shaped awnings for a reason, Nick. A battle brewing here between Barone and Francis. And that's hit deep to center field, over everybody and off the wall. It's scooped up by Arquette. 1 run in to score, and they will hold the trailing runner over at 3rd. Torres gets the stop sign they throw behind him. He is safe. But it's an RBI double for Joseph Barone. And with that extra base hit, he doubles the South Shore lead. It's now 2-0.
Another 2-out rally here, this time from South Shore, this one, Joe. And great at bat, as you mentioned. It was a battle brewing between the pitcher and the hitter. It's won by Barone. He gets himself an RBI double and gives South Shore now a 2-0 lead in this game.
That's a big hold at 3rd, and you'll be happy with that if you're Scotia Glenville. With 2 outs in the inning, you'd hate to see multiple runs come in here. But you said it, Nick. It is so important to get out those hitters at the bottom of the order, and Francis did that. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the 3rd out, and that will prompt a pitching change.
I believe I saw 42 pitches were thrown.
I thought it was more than that.
Might have been 52. I saw a 2 at the end. I can guarantee you that.
It was probably 52.
It might have been 52.
Yeah. But the new pitcher will be Jamison Colbeth. He comes over from shortstop, and that will prompt a massive defensive realignment for Scotia Glenville. That will throw my scorecard into chaos. The positions probably take a back seat from here, but Nick, we saw this last year. South Shore put up some crooked numbers offensively, and in pool play, I believe they won via the mercy rule 3 times.
I think so.
I think they did.
I don't know if it was all last year. I know for a fact they got at least 1 of their 2.
They did a lot of good work in pool play, and I don't think they won all 3 via the mercy rule. I think it was 2 out of 3.
One of their games in year 1 that we covered, they had a walk-off grand slam via mercy rule. So I remember that one.
It might have been year 1 that they won via mercy rule twice. Should have taken those notes. I've watched those games so many times, Nick. I should remember. But you don't want to let this game get away here if you're Scotia Glenville. You get this out, strand 2 in scoring position, you are okay. Still plenty of time left. However, an extra base hit in this spot, and then all of a sudden the cause for concern grows quite a bit.
Yeah, and it's an interesting spot for Colbeth, who comes into this one. As you mentioned, he was just at shortstop, now moves on to the mound. Got a nice little, warm-up song. I appreciate the song choice for this one. I'm sure, I don't know if you know this where it's from, but I certainly know a famous movie that I can think of when I hear this song.
Why don't you share?
Major League.
Yeah.
Ricky Vaughn.
I've heard of the movie. I have seen very few movies that came out, I'd say, before 2005.
Yeah,
somewhere around
that's
that.
That's pre-2000. I think I'm pretty sure it's pre-2000 also.
Yeah, I haven't seen many old movies.
One of my favorite baseball movies of all time. Good one.
Action set to resume here.
Have to give that a watch after today's pool play.
Luca Siracusa, the batter with 2 in scoring position, 2 outs here in the road 3rd inning. It's a big spot inherited by Colbeth on the mound. He falls behind Siracusa 1-0.
Does have first base open, keep in mind.
Siracusa's already doubled, and that's off the catcher's glove, but no chance to advance with Torres over at 3rd.
Count now 1-1.
This is a pivotal at bat in this game, Nick. We know the damage South Shore can do offensively, and to fall behind by 4 early puts you in quite the hole if you're Scotia Glenville. As that pitch misses high and outside. The way Torres is pitching, you don't want to give up any more here, and I think it stings just a bit more considering you had the first 2 outs without any base runners on.
Right. Now 2-1 count here. As I mentioned, first base is open.
And the 2-1 pitch hits him. And I think they're fortunate it hit him, because if it didn't, there's a chance it ends up at the backstop.
Yeah.
So they will use that open base, and Gavin Snell will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Huge opportunity here at the bases loaded.
A chance to, early in this game to break this game open with one big swing. An extra base hit could bring home all 3 runners to give South Shore a potential 5-0 lead.
It's that bad, a potential momentum swinger in both directions. You get out of this
Wild
as that
pitch.
gets away. Torres did not hesitate, and he scores.
And the other runners move up at base as well.
That's great base running by Torres, because he had to make that decision immediately. No hesitation. He comes in. The other 2 runners both move up, and it's now 3-0.
Another wild pitch today, Joe, that we've seen cost the team a run.
There have been a lot of those in the first 2 games. By my count in this game, that was our 3rd. That pitch taken down and in. It's now 2-0.
Get a second look at the wild pitch that led to Torres scoring the run. And as I mentioned, both base runners moved up a base as well, so it's 2nd and 3rd once again.
And that pitch will miss for ball 3, so big time trouble here. Brewing very quickly for the new pitcher, Colbeth. 1 pitch away from reloading the bases. All of this coming with 2 outs in the inning. And that is ball 4.
Bases will be loaded once again. As you mentioned, 2-out rally here for South Shore. And we already talked about it already. With 1 big swing, this could certainly open up the game for South Shore if they were able to get an extra base hit.
At the plate here, Andrew Ulo. And there's a rocket shot foul off the fence down the left field line.
Good thing there's fencing over there towards that down that first base line.
Plenty of protection for the spectators down the line. High nets to protect the cars. You're fairly safe parking here. A high fly foul ball could be problematic.
And
I would not park down the left field line.
And left field, yeah.
But I think 99 times out of 100, you're good. Comes the 0-1. That's fouled off again. And now, Colbeth ahead, 0-2, looking for a big 3rd strike to limit the damage.
Scotia Glenville could certainly use it, Joe. They could really use a strike at the end of the inning.
And just able to fight that one off was Ulo, but it feels like, Nick, this is the out they have to have.
Yeah, you can't afford to give up another run in this spot. I know it's still early in this game. There's still a couple of innings left of it, but a huge difference from a 3-run deficit to a potential 6 or even 7-run deficit, depending on what happens in the at-bat.
There's plenty of baseball left. I think the issue is that the same goes for South Shore as well. They're going to get several more chances as that's played very well at second base. Handling that hop nicely was Mazzone, and he gets the out at first to end the inning. But not before South Shore plates a pair. They now lead it by 3 as we head to the home 3rd inning. South Shore in front of Scotia Glenville, 3-0.
Deli, we're glad to be your go-to pizzeria, serving you the best pies, signature sandwiches, and gourmet meals in Staten Island since 1971. Visit us at 5373 Arthur Kill Road to find out why we're the island's best for quick bites and full-sized catering. Whether in person or on location with our food truck making stops and bringing it all to you, Town Deli is where excellence in quality meets taste. Voted the island's best. Stop on in and let us serve you. Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one. with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
It's now a 3-run game here at Great Kills. A South Shore tacked on a pair in the top half of the third. They lead at 3-0. Scotia Glenville comes to bat in the home third with 8, 9, and 10 due up against Alex Torres, who has recorded 6 outs thus far, 5 via punch-out.
And now a 3-run lead for him heading into this home third inning. So if you're South Shore, I don't want to say you feel confident they had a 1-0 lead, but now you feel a little bit more confident with this 3-run lead.
Well, we've seen both teams batting in the top half, the visitors in each of our first 2 games, jump out to an early lead. It was a much bigger lead early for SJS, but they built upon that and won by 10. That pitch chopped foul, and it's very quickly 0-2 on Jackson Bodden.
8, 9, and 10 up in the inning. South Shore trying to keep this lead.
0-2. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I think the biggest thing right now for Scotia Glenville is you got to force the pitch count for Torres. I think if you want to have a chance in this game, force his pitch count to get high.
And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And Torres now with 6 punch-outs on 7 outs recorded.
He's currently at 36 pitches just thrown so far.
Anthony Mazzone, the batter.
So far averaging just 12 pitches an inning.
And he deals low, ball 1.
Or strike 1.
Late call?
Late call.
That was quite late, Nick. I have to keep my head up, I guess.
Always got to keep your head on a swivel.
That one bunted right back to the mound. Easy play for Torres. And there were 2 gone in the inning.
Well, that's a bunt right there where you're trying to get at least a base hit and try to get a runner on. You've only had the 1 base runner via the walk so far in this game, and you just went right back to Torres for the easy second out.
Very quickly, 2 away in the inning. And that will bring Kellen Keogh to the plate. First pitch from Torres. Down and away, ball 1. The 1-0. Breaking ball inside, 2-0.
See if Scotia Glenville can get their own 2-out rally.
That's in for a strike, and when a team can do that with 2 outs, it is such a boost, and for that team that scores, obviously a huge plus, but on the other side, it can be so demoralizing as that swung on and missed there, 2-2. You were staring in the face of a 1-run game entering the home third. Instead, you trail by 3. And now Torres a pitch away from a 1-2-3 inning as he misses outside.
Now full count here, but yeah, I mean, it's certainly a difference maker getting those extra runs because, as you mentioned, you were 1 out away from keeping this a 1-run game, and instead now you're heading into this inning 1 strike away from still being down 3.
And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Another punch out for Alex Torres. And he is through 3 without allowing a run. Our score, South Shore 3, Scotia Glenville nothing.
State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
And we're back here from Great Kills, once again letting you know at our midway point that all week our coverage is completely free on YouTube. But if you do grow tired of YouTube ads or you want to support Great Kills Little League and the PDF Sports Network, we ask that you purchase our premium pass on Boxcast. You can enjoy the entire week's slate live and on demand, free of YouTube ads, and connect with Nick and I in our Boxcast live chat for just $5. All proceeds from sales of our premium pass go to Great Kills Little League and the PDF Sports Network. You can purchase an entire week of premium access for just $5 by scanning the QR code on your screen or visiting the link in the description of our YouTube video. Come and join Nick and I on Boxcast and begin your ad-free viewing experience now. Meanwhile, Nick, on the field, it is South Shore with a 3-run lead as we begin the 4th inning. They will send 7, 8, 9 to the plate, looking to give Alex Torres some more run support. But, Nick, thus far, he hasn't needed much.
Yeah, and that's why I was mentioning at that last inning. You know, you feel good with a 1-run lead even sometimes around when you have Torres pitching. We saw that last year with him, and now he had a 3-run lead, a big 2-out rally for South Shore in that 3rd inning. Now, looking to add some more insurance runs here in the 4th as they look to try to start pool play 1-0 once again.
Syed, Zarella, Rivera due up for the visitors here in the 4th. And for South Shore, it's a nice start to pool play. Obviously playing in front of a lot of home fans helps things. I think there is a level of comfort associated with that, knowing that you have so many family and friends. But we thank all of the loved ones and friends from throughout our championship and throughout New York State who are tuning in and could not be here this week. We do this broadcast first and foremost for the kids, but right behind them on the list is all of their family and friends watching at home. We have a blast here on PDF bringing you this coverage every year as that is swung on and missed for strike 1 by Adam Syed.
It's an event we always look forward to each and every year so far. 3rd year covering this event. And once again, another great showing out here at Great Kills.
And there's another swing and a miss for strike 2. So very quickly, Colbeth ahead of the leadoff man Syed here in the 4th. He comes set on 0-2. Breaking ball misses badly, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Syed at the plate in this game did reach on a fielder's choice. Officially 0 for 1, and he fouls that one off.
Certainly a credit to the spectators here today battling this humidity that we've talked about a lot in length in Game 1. It's still played a big factor here in Game 2.
1-2. In there for a called strike 3. Syed goes down looking for the first out here in the 4th.
Nice start of the inning for Colbeth right there, getting the punch out on Syed for the first out. And bringing up Joe Zarella.
Zarella laid down a sacrifice in his first plate appearance. It was one of those that came with 1 out in the inning, looked to be bunting for a hit, but it is scored a sacrifice. This one he puts on the ground. Great scoop over at 3rd, and they get the out at 1st. What a play by Joe Anastasio.
Call that a web gem right there, Joe. Great play over at 3rd base.
5-3 on the putout. Anastasio flashing the leather. Now, that is assuming there was not a change on the infield, Nick.
Yes.
Really tough to tell from how far away we are. If that is still him over at 3rd. And there's another web gem at 2nd. It is caught on the fly for the out. Wow.
Unbelievable defense to end this inning.
Anthony Mazzone flashing the leather. He one-ups his teammate, perhaps. And that will do it for South Shore here in the 4th. A pair of web gems for Scotia Glenville. They come to bat in the home 4th, still trailing 3-0.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
NYS Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
First pitch in the home fourth is bunted up the third base line, and they do get the out at first.
That's awfully close.
It was very close. George Burmaster hustling down the line, trying to bunt for a hit. But he is retired for the first out in the home half of inning number 4. And for Scotia Glenville, they've been limited to just one base runner in the first turn through the batting order.
Once again, they try to show bunt for hit, but to no avail.
And with one away, Andrew Patenaude, the batter, swings and misses for strike 1. He went down swinging his first time up.
How about the heads-up throw right there from Torres? Had to basically go on a little bit of a jump throw right there to get the out at first.
Count 1 ball and 1 strike on the Scotia Glenville leadoff hitter, and he takes high and outside.
Torres approaching 50 pitches now in this game. That was 48. This will be 49.
That's fouled back behind the plate, 2-2. 2-2 pitch on its way. Chopped foul, and you can see it, Nick. They're getting around on that off-speed pitch a bit better, holding up a bit, trying to wait that pitch out. In the first inning, that was a swing and miss. Now, a foul tip. Patenaude will try and square it up here. And there's that sidearm delivery again, but looks like Torres has struggled to command that delivery so far.
And now full count, 3-2. So he's in danger of walking this batter with one gone in the inning.
And that is low, ball 4. And with one out in the inning, Patenaude is on with a walk. Jamison Colbeth will be the batter. Meanwhile, Torres now at 52 pitches in the game. That's hit toward the left side, backhanded it short, but unable to secure it was Eugenio. Everyone is safe, and that is going to be an infield single for Colbeth.
A tough break right there for South Shore. A chance of getting at least the out over at second base, but they were not able to do so, and it awards Scotia Glenville their first base hit of this game.
One away in the inning now. And that one's chopped foul at the plate here. Ian Krawinski, he's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but Nick, as I said, the Scotia Glenville hitter, second look at Torres, getting much better swings now, staying back on that breaking ball, and things are beginning to shift.
And now they got the tie run at the plate, so a great chance here to get into the run column.
That's down and in, 1-1.
He starts getting into an interesting conversation about Torres' pitch count with him now at 55.
They won't let him go past the 66 mark. Ooh, big swing there by Krawinski. He tried to tie this game.
He's still throwing gas, that's for sure.
We could feel the breeze up here in left field, but that is a big cut.
You mean right field?
Darn it.
You were good the whole first game.
I was doing so well. That's hit sharply on the ground to second and stopped on the infield. They will not throw to first. They throw behind the runner at third, and barely getting back in was Patenaude. Good play there by the shortstop not to force a throw over to first base, and a heads-up play by Eugenio there.
They almost got the double play in a very unconventional way over at third base, but tie run still remains at the plate for Scotia Glenville here. 2 gone in the inning, but a huge second out recorded for South Shore.
Cleanup hitter Jackson Quinn at the plate. The question is, who will he face?
Now, what is the exact pitch mark he has to avoid here in this spot?
He has to enter the at-bat that is his last under 66 to pitch again later in the week.
I would think this is probably his last batter, no matter what.
If he goes over 66, he needs 5 days rest, and then I think that's it for him because the championship is on Friday.
Right.
I think. So it would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so Friday would actually be the 5th day, so he could pitch Friday.
Right.
He could pitch Friday. So you could go over 66 if you wanted, if you push your guy to the limit, but then you won't have him for the semis.
Yeah, I would think this is probably his last batter no matter what. And for South Shore, they obviously would love to get an out right here, so he can finish with the 0 column.
And taking all the way on that first pitch was Quinn. Looked like maybe he was trying to give his man on first a chance to advance.
Yeah.
But you're not going to do that here and risk an out at second,
Can't
right?
afford it.
Yeah,
you
can't take that chance. And that gets to the backstop. That will get your runner to second. Runner holds at third. That's Patnaud. But moving up to second base is Krawinski.
And how about that? Just like this, Joe, a base hit brings home 2 runs. So a huge spot here for both of these teams. That's got to be frustrating for Torres. He was in his windup, but time was called.
So 66 plus, Nick, is 4 days rest. There is not a scenario where you need 5 as that's bounced to second. And they will get the out over at first. Scotia Glenville denied in the home 4th inning. They strand a pair in scoring position. South Shore stays in front 3-0 as we head to the 5th.
To sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
And we are back from great kills as we begin the 5th inning in a 3-run ball game. Scotia Glenville threatened, Nick, but they did not score in the home 4th. And they still trail 3-0 as we begin inning number 5.
Absolutely their best chance in this game so far, Joe. They had 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. But a good job by Alex Torres getting that ground ball out at second base and forcing the runners to stay stranded to keep this a 3-run lead for South Shore. As Scotia Glenville now down to their final 6 outs in this game.
South Shore will send 10, 11, and 1 to the plate here in the 5th. Anthony Arnone will get things started here in inning number 5 as he takes strike 1. Arnone popped up into foul ground and was retired back in the 3rd inning, 0 for 1.
We had the same scenario in the 3rd inning that you could probably bring up once again here with the bottom 2 hitters in the order. You want to get these 2 outs because we saw what happened in the 3rd inning, Joe. 2-out rally for South Shore were done those 2 runs, and that's a big difference maker in this game right now.
That was a really big 2-out rally, Nick. Completely changed this game. And maybe if you're Scotia Glenville, as that's chopped wide of third base foul, maybe with runners on first and third and 2 outs, you do take that chance, trailing by just 1 run, send the runner to second, and maybe pick up a run with the runner at third heading home. That one bounces in for ball 1, 1-2. Colbert comes set. And he got Arnone to chase there, but Arnone fights it off foul. It remains 1-2.
Colbert at 25 pitches is coming out of relief, replacing Logan Francis in this game. 26 right here.
Another 1-2 coming. That's it pretty well out to left field. But waiting there to make the catch is Mazzone.
We saw in the last inning for this Scotia Glenville team, Joe. How about the defense that they did in that inning? Getting those final 2 outs. Great play over at third. A diving play over at second to retire that side.
Nick Mazzone no longer in left. It's Burmaster in left. Might just have to keep the names out of it. Because we are so used to calling games with live stats that push us every change. We can then update our lineup cards. Here we have to eyeball it.
Right.
We do not have a view of left field. It is very far away.
At least you said left field this time.
That is true. I did get that right. If I can't get the player name correct, at least I'll get the area of the field correct. It's a 2-0 count here on A.J. Eugenio. Eugenio lined out to right in his first at-bat. It's now 2-1 with that foul ball. And the 2-0 is low. Now it should be 1-1, correct, Nick?
No,
I think 2-1.
It was 2-1.
It was 2-1.
It's 3-1
It was 2-1.
now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw no strikes on the board. I knew that wasn't correct. 3-1 the count. High ball 4. So Colbeth walks the number 11 hitter, and Nick sends it back to the top of the order. And South Shore had 5 straight reach last time this part of the lineup came to the plate.
Yeah, certainly a dangerous spot right here. Giving up that walk with 1 out, now bringing us back to the top of the South Shore lineup as they try to extend this lead.
That one fouled back. 0-1 the count on John Iacono.
And we both know how important it is to keep this at a 3-run deficit because, you know, with 6 outs left for you to play with, you want to make sure it's at least within 3. If it gets further than that, it is going to be a tough hill to climb.
No question about it, as Iacono takes strike 2. At the plate, Iacono 1 for 2. Struck out in the first, singled, and scored in the third.
Started that 2-out rally in that third inning.
Just got a piece there. It stays 0-2. South Shore doing all of their damage in this game with 2 outs. Lucas Iracuza delivered a 2-out RBI double back in the first. And Barone drove home a run with an RBI base hit in the third. Another run came in on a wild pitch. Count now 1-2 here on Iacono. He takes inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Kono now working the count even at 2. Colbeth work so far in this inning.
And he goes up a ladder after that one.
Good thing it hit the netting, or it hit something.
It got caught in the netting,
yeah,
between the netting and the fence.
I was very concerned for one of those cars in left field for a second.
Your car's not there, is it?
No, I'm right next to you.
Smart man. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Iacono goes down swinging for the second time. And that's the second out here in the road 5th inning.
I'll bring up Torres now with 2 gone. We'll be curious to see, Joe, in the next half inning if he does come back out on the mound. He is at 60 pitches, as we've mentioned, going into after he ended that last half inning.
Meanwhile, on the mound for Scotia Glenville, Colbeth behind 1-0 against Alex Torres, his counterpart. As you mentioned, Nick, his pitch count getting up there, and he hits one well out to left. But there is room out there. And I believe Burmaster is out there in left field now. He makes the catch, and that will do it for South Shore in the 5th inning. Torres hit that one well, but straight into the glove of an outfielder. South Shore strands 1, but they still lead it 3-0.
Staten Island Academy is the only pre-K through 12 independent school on Staten Island.
And it really is designed for students to go through the entire educational experience in one setting.
What the Academy seeks to do is take every student to accelerate their gifts and their strengths and to find those gifts and strengths that are yet unknown.
I think the community is something that you can't match anywhere else. It just makes you feel comfortable doing what you like to do every single day.
Tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering Island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and SILive.com.
And we're back from great kills for the home fifth inning. South Shore in front, 3-0 over Scotia Glenville. Nick, the home team still very much alive in this game. They will send 5, 6, and 7 to the plate here in the fifth, but trailing by 3, you'd like to get something and not enter that final inning trailing in this game by more than a run or two.
And the question we asked in that last half inning, Joe, was would Torres come back out on the mound here for this fifth? He is indeed back on the mound here for the fifth inning. He'll start the inning with 60 pitches as his team leads by 3 runs.
So as I said before, I was initially mistaken. It is 4 days rest, anywhere between 66 and the 85 pitch limit. If you begin an at-bat under 85, you can then complete that at-bat going over the 85 limit. But after that, your outing is over and you must have 4 days rest. So we'll see if South Shore pushes Torres past 66. He began this at-bat at 60, so they could let him get this out and then pull him from the game, even if he goes over. That one chopped foul by Kellen Arquette, and he's quickly in a 2-strike hole. You'd love a quick out here, wouldn't you, Nick?
Absolutely. You at least award yourself maybe a chance to get a second at-bat in this inning if you're Torres.
Pitch on its way, up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In case you missed it earlier, 1 to 20 pitches, no rest, 21 to 35, 1 calendar day, 36 to 50, 2 calendar days, 51 to 65, 3 calendar days, and then 66 plus, 4 calendar days. The limit, 85. Comes the 2-2. Fouled off again. Good at bat here for Arquette. He's battling, and this is a spot where if you're Scotia Glenville, getting the leadoff man on makes a world of difference.
Would be huge considering you have 5, 6, and 7 hitters to start off this inning as well.
Two and 2 pitch on its way. And that's in at the letters for a called strike 3. Arquette did not like it, and it looks like that is going to be all for Torres, Nick.
And what a way to end the day for him. Gets another strikeout in this one. You have to tell me how many he fished with the day, but he also finishes exactly 66 pitches.
8 punch-outs in the game for him, Nick. It was a great outing for him. South Shore gave him some run support. For us anyway, a bit less than we're used to seeing them score, but so far, Torres has made it hold up. They'll turn to the bullpen here looking to protect that lead. And the new pitcher for South Shore is going to be number 20, Adam Syed. So, Nick, as Syed gets warm, we'll throw it to a quick break. When we come back, 1 out here in the home fifth inning. South Shore in front of Scotia Glenville, 3-0.
Deli, we're glad to be your go-to pizzeria, serving you the best pies, signature sandwiches, and gourmet meals in Staten Island since 1971. Visit us at 5373 Arthur Kill Road to find out why we're the island's best for quick bites and full-sized catering. Whether in person or on location with our food truck making stops and bringing it all to you, Town Deli is where excellence in quality meets taste. Voted the island's best. Stop on in and let us serve you. Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
And we're back from great kills here in the home fifth inning. 1 away, new pitcher for South Shore, Adam Syed. Batter he will face, Logan Francis, hits one hard, right back up the middle for a base hit. How's that for some loud contact to greet the South Shore reliever?
First pitch swinging right there. And a base hit to bring the runner over at first base. Only the second hit of this game for Scotia Glenville.
That will bring up Jovan Estacio. Estacio 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And you have to think that given the way Torres pitched, it's good for the Scotia Glenville team to see a new pitcher here late in the game. They'll look to capitalize against a new arm. And if they can push across a run or two here, Nick, we could be in for a very exciting 6th inning. That one fouled off, count even at 1-1 on Estacio. And he held the swing, but that is a called strike 2.
Oh, I think he went with the breaking ball right there, Joe, and he fooled him because he swung a little bit early, and you could tell right there that the breaking ball fooled him.
There's another one tapped slowly on the ground toward first. And stepping on the bag will be the first baseman. That is Ulo. 2 away in the inning now, moving up to second. And now in scoring position is Francis. And this is a big spot here for Jackson Bodden, Nick. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs, trailing by 3. You'd love to crack the run column here and make it a bit easier in the 6th.
Yeah, you get the sense that they really could use a base hit right here and at least make this a 2-run game. Had a couple of runners in scoring position so far, but they've not been able to bring home a run.
There's a swing and a miss. And a high fastball to begin the at-bat. 0-1 on Bodden. Bodden struck out in his lone at-bat in the 3rd. Scotia Glenville getting the battery in from the bullpen here as they hold up the game for a moment. Comes the 0-1. And that's hit toward the middle. Fielded cleanly at short. And Torres makes the throw to first in time to retire the side. That will do it for Scotia Glenville in the 5th inning. Meanwhile, there was a defensive change over at first. It was not Ulo, it was Snell. Now at first, Nick, he's the new first baseman. Either way, the inning is over. We head to the 6th. South Shore looking for some insurance, up 3-0.
State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
And we're back from great kills. South Shore looking for some insurance here in the 6th inning. They lead it 3-0. They'll send 3, 4, and 5 to the plate against Jamison Colbeth. Back to the mound for Scotia Glenville, and he has a quick first out on the pop-up to second.
The importance right now for Scotia Glenville, Joe, is, of course, get these 3 outs, keep it a 3-run deficit, and then try to give yourselves a chance to tie or walk it off in the next half inning.
1 gone here in the road 6th. Lucas Siracusa, the batter. And he takes inside for ball 1. That one's fouled back into the netting. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Siracusa has reached base twice, doubled, and was hit by a pitch as he falls behind 1 and 2 here. One, 2 off the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Try to get him to chase that off-speed pitch on the outside. Count now even at 2.
Comes the 2-2. chopped foul down the left field line and handled nicely by our third base umpire.
It's a nice couple plays over at the hot corner so far the 2 games we've had today.
Remains 2-2. That's fouled off again. Heads up at the concession stand. Souvenir for the softball field.
Will, of course, be at the softball field next week after the championship game here at baseball.
And that's lined to right center for a base hit. It rolls all the way to the fence. Heading for second, and in standing is Siracusa. He has his second double of the game.
It's a big difference maker in this game, Joe. He was responsible for the first run of this one for South Shore. Now he gets himself a double, puts the runner at scoring position right there for South Shore as they look to extend their lead and get some insurance runs.
Big opportunity for insurance now. Man on second, 1 out in the inning. And Gavin Snell, the batter. Pitch from Colbeth, fouled back by Snell, 0-1. Snell, officially 0 for 1, has struck out. That was back in the first. Walked in the third. That's it well, out to center. And off the glove of the center fielder. Francis couldn't secure it, but tripping as he rounded third and forced to hold there was Siracusa. Of course, he had to wait and see if that ball was caught. He tried to make up that ground and lost his footing as he made the turn. That's going to be an E8 on that play. Snell gets second base as a result of the drop fly ball. Siracusa at third now, still just 1 out.
And the trouble I think now, Joe, is there's 2 runners in scoring position for South Shore, just 1 out in the inning. And you're trying to hold on to a 3-run deficit right now as it looks like they're going to make the pitching change.
Pitching change coming here for Scotia Glenville. They will send their catcher, Jackson Quinn, in to pitch here. Quinn inherits 2 in scoring position with 1 out here in the 6th. And if you're South Shore, a base hit here in this spot breaks this game open. They've pitched really well so far in this game. It's hard to imagine them giving up 5 in the 6th inning if they can plate a couple here, but a deficit of 3, so much different than a deficit of 5. And if you're Scotia Glenville, I think the infield's probably coming in here. You might even consider perhaps walking the bases loaded instead of a force. Then you can play back a little bit more. We'll see if they do that. It's really tough to ask a pitcher to come into the game and then immediately walk the bases loaded and thrust them into that spot. But the pressure in this situation is already pretty high as it is.
I think you walk into this at-bat where you think to yourself, let's attack the at-bat first and see what we can get. If it gets to a count, maybe 2-0, maybe you start considering, okay, let's just intentionally walk the batter, load the bases, and then worry about getting that out at home plate and making sure that that 4th run doesn't score. So a very interesting couple of decisions up here for Scotia Glenville. They're trying to keep this 3-run game, but with still only 1 out in the inning and now no double play ball in effect, it's going to be very tough for them to get out of this one. They could really use a strikeout.
Absolutely, and I think what I would do here, Nick, to your point, I think you attack but don't give the batter anything to hit. I think Ulo, who already has a base hit in this game, can definitely hurt you in a big way, and I think to have the bases loaded and the force all around benefits you enough where you don't attack him too aggressively. I think it comes down to how much you trust your pitcher to throw strikes to the next guy. First pitch, bounce to third, fair ball down the line. Into the left field corner it rolls, 2 runs are in to score. Ulo takes the turn at second and will stop there as he is in with a 2 RBI double.
A tough task for the new pitcher right there, and then you top it off with that 2-run single, a now 5-0 lead for South Shore. They give themselves a little bit extra cushion as they are 3 outs away for starting pool play 1-0.
Are you giving him a single on that in advance on the throw, Nick? Or?
I would say single in advance on throw.
Really? Down the line? He wasn't going to get to second?
I'd have to look at the replay again. I'll double check.
I don't think there's any way they had a play on him at second. That's hit in the
tough.
air.
I don't know.
Shallow left. This could be trouble down the line. It's falling foul.
It's tough to tell because
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. I think the only reason is because you know the throw is going home, so regardless, you're going to be running to second base anyway.
Yeah, but I think it comes down to if the bases are empty, do they have an out at second? Not a play. Do they have an out?
Right.
I don't think you can assume the out there. Give him the double. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Adam Syed.
That, of course, would mean a big factor for us, you know, in our broadcast with CSI. We'd have to figure out that scoring decision right there.
Well, the NCAA relies on us for that.
Yeah.
So we have to deliberate it, go back, watch the replay several times. Thankfully, we are not the official scorekeepers.
Yes.
There are better men for the job than us. While calling a game anyway.
Yeah.
As that one skips to the backstop and easily moving up from second to third is Ulo. And we spoke about it earlier, Nick. Whether or not you win, of course, matters plenty. But if you can improve that run ratio a bit or perhaps hurt other teams by scoring more on them, I think put yourself in a much better position early in pool play, especially if you win by a crooked number on day one, just as SJS did in game 1.
Right. And South Shore can continue that opportunity right here. Still only 1 out in the inning. Now the runner move over to third base off the wild pitch.
There's a big strikeout for Jackson Quinn. That will keep the runner at third with 2 away. And it will be left to Joseph Zarella.
Number 7, Joe Zarella.
Zarella 0 for 1 with a sacrifice and a ground out to third. And that gets away, but holding at third is Ulo. The run scored here in the 6th inning by South Shore, their first of the game with less than 2 outs. And that's it on the ground to short. Close play at first, and the runner is safe. Zarella with good hustle beats it out. Nick, I know you'll run that one back.
Yeah.
It was a close play at first.
That was certainly close. It'll be tough to tell. We'll see if we can get a good shot, if he was safe or not over at first base. But it's now a 6-0 lead for South Shore in this game. Going to look at it once after this next pitch is thrown.
It's going to be an infield single and an RBI for Zarella. And the lead for South Shore is now 6. They've doubled that lead that they brought into the inning.
That's the right call.
And that's hit well, right center field. That will fall on the warning track and roll to the fence. The throw comes in, but heading home all the way from first base is Zarella. And in at second base standing with an RBI double is Christian Rivera.
Well, once again, Joe, South Shore doing damage with 2 outs in this game. Another RBI hit, this time an RBI double, and it's now a 7-0 lead.
Well, now this game has gotten away from you. If you're Scotia Glenville, you're hoping that Quinn can get this last out, keeping the pitch count low, and he gets some help from another nice play at second base. Giving that ball a bit of a spike after the fact is Anthony Mazzone. That will do it for South Shore in the 6th. But the visitors played 4 runs in the inning. They now lead it by 7. Our score, South Shore 7 and Scotia Glenville nothing.
NYS Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
To sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
And we are back from great kills as we get set to begin the bottom half of the 6th inning. South Shore with 4 big insurance runs, now in front 7-0. And Nick, South Shore with plenty of breathing room here entering the home half of inning number 6. And if you're Scotia Glenville, much like Penfield in the first game, they certainly did not quit, but you're still looking for something positive to take away from this game in the late innings. Just 2 hits thus far. They'll at the very least look to add to that total here in the 6th inning.
I think the positive thing you could take away from this game, Joe, is Scotia Glenville was 1 out away from, in multiple innings of this game, from avoiding runs from coming in. But South Shore, to their credit, most of their runs, I believe 6 of their 7 runs, if I'm not mistaken, have all come with 2 outs.
It's been a big day for South Shore with 2 outs, but taking a look at my scorecard, I think it was a bit less than that. They had
5?
Yeah, it might be. It's tough because I don't record with how many outs the run
Right.
came in. I kind of have to reverse engineer that. But either way, it's 9, 10, and 11 due up for Scotia Glenville here in the 6th. And leading things off, Anthony Mazzone, who made that play at second base to end the previous half inning, is ahead 2 balls and 1 strike. And he chases that off-speed pitch, 2-2. Comes the 2-2. Breaking ball up high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. No easy task, but if you're Syed, you'd like to try and keep the pitch count under 20. Maybe you get through this inning very quickly, but that won't help as that's fouled away. And I'd wonder if they'd even consider pulling him under 20 pitches. Do you think that's a thought at this point in the game, or do you let him finish?
I would think so, because he's been their guy that they've been using in these last inning relief appearances over the district and sectional. So I wouldn't be surprised if they take him out at some point and maybe not finish the inning. He does get the strikeout there for the first out.
Well, we have him at 14 pitches on the center field scoreboard as he opens the home 6th inning with a strikeout, 1 away. And Kellen Keogh is the batter. South Shore pitching has really piled up the strikeouts in this game. There's a breaking ball in the inside corner for a called strike 1 to Keogh. And that is in for a called strike 2. So very quickly, Syed ahead 0-2. He might get a chance to record the final out, Nick.
1 strike away from a quick second out, but skips in the dirt.
Well, you have 1 more pitch to get him, or 2? You have 2. He's at 17. You have 2 more. Try and get him here as time is called. And we've seen that more than once today as well. These Scotia Glenville hitters calling time and trying to slow down South Shore just a bit. They've looked to work quickly out on the bump, as that's over the head of the batter. 2-2 now. And that is lined to short, played on 1 hop. And Nick, he gets the second out at 19 pitches.
Exactly 19, yeah.
But I think they might pull him anyway. I think they were checking the pitch count. He's staying in, Nick.
They're still discussing it.
Well, I thought they were keeping him in. It looks like they checked the pitch count to confirm it was 19. They do, and he will stay in the game. So that's a good job by South Shore's bench to check in, make sure. And at 19 pitches, Syed has a chance here to get through this inning as he gets George Burmaster to swing and miss for strike 1.
Another off-speed pitch he got him with right there. Fooled him out in front 0-1.
There's a high fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Burmaster attempted to bunt in his lone at bat and was retired 1-3. Breaking ball bends around the plate, 2-1. 2-1. Down low. 3-1. 3-1. In for a strike, and Nick, you have to challenge him here on 3-2.
Yeah, I have to. A chance here to end the game with another strikeout. But South Shore 1-0 in pool play.
And there it is, a swing and a miss for strike 3. And Syed able to get through the 6th help South Shore secure a 7-run victory in Game 2 of pool play. South Shore beginning pool play 1-0. Scotia Glenville drops to 0-1. And Nick, that wraps it up for pool play on the national side of things. The American pool will begin play in about an hour from now. But what are your final takeaways from this game and our first 2 matchups of the day?
I think if you're Scotia Glenville, Joe, you can't really be too upset with how you played in this game. You were facing a very tough opponent in South Shore. And as I mentioned earlier on, one of the pros you maybe could take is not maybe doesn't sound like a pro, but you were 1 out away from a couple times in this game from avoiding a jam and giving up runs. Unfortunately, South Shore did most of their damage here today with 2 outs, and they were able to get a couple big runs because of 2 outs. And let's also not forget the pitching performances they got today for both Torres and Syed. Both of them were sensational for them. So that's a big stepping stone for South Shore. They go to 1-0. Scotia Glenville, not the end of the world. They're still not done yet in this tournament. That they're bounce back tomorrow.
They'll be looking for a bounce-back effort at the plate. Just a couple of hits in this game, but you said it, Nick. They were an out away from escaping on more than one occasion without allowing major damage, but to South Shore's credit, they did a lot of good work with 2 outs in this game and pitched a shutout. Those 2 things side by side make it very difficult for any opponent to beat you. But we have more to come here on the PDF Sports Network this afternoon. We are scheduled for a 4 p.m. start in our next game between White Plains Little League and Saugerties Little League. That game coming up next, right back here on the PDF Sports Network.